I'm Roger with Roger's Outdoor Channel. Today I'd like to talk to you about salmon recovery, specifically Washington State, even more specifically the Lake Washington watershed area. I've got a very strong background in salmon and salmon recovery. For 25 years, I've worked out of the Urbaniak hatchery. I've been a master docent there for many years, taking kids around on tours, talking about the life cycle. I help them harvest the fish. In the fall, late fall, I'll go back to the hatchery and pick up salmon eggs and take them out to 10 different streams that I manage and to remote incubators and release maybe up to $100,000 salmon for them to start their life journey. I'm on several committees with Fish and Wildlife, the Native American tribes, the Seattle Public Utilities, etc. I mean, I'm involved with it, and I got a strong background. So right now, the salmon in Washington State are doing just terrible, especially the sockeye. And what primarily the reason the sockeye are doing as bad as they are is, to give you an example, at the Urbaniak hatchery with Chinook and coho, all salmon basically are genetically programmed to live their first year in fresh water, and then the balance of their life in salt water until they come back to spawn. And at the Urbaniak hatchery, we take the coho and the Chinook, and we keep them in raceways and safe areas, raceways, ponds, and we feed them and put up nets to keep them away from predators, etc. And after a year, we'll release them into the Lake Sammamish. They go out to Lake Washington, and they go out through the Ship Canal, Hiram Chittenden locks out to salt water and return in 3 or 4 years. So, we've done that for years, and it works. Enough salmon are able to, if we protect them for that first year, enough of them are able to return that we continue to be able to propagate the species at the hatchery. For some reason, when they built the Cedar River hatchery for sockeye, they decided, no, we're just going to, as soon as the eggs hatch, we're going to release them into the Cedar River and let them make their life journey there. And they released, 25, 30 million eggs to start with. And, and the first couple of years, they had reasonable returns, but not enough for a fishery. And it's been going downhill really fast ever since then. So what's happening is that, the sockeye smolt are, the predators are finding them in the lake. After a couple of years, it's kind of like, 1st of June, set the watch, the sockeye are coming, let's go eat them. And every fish in the lake, not every fish, but a lot of them, kind of line up, and the bass, the perch, the cutthroat trout, the northern pike minnow, etc. They really chow down on these things, and for a year and a half they follow them around the lake and just keep eating until they're full. So what we need to do is, the first thing is to protect them for that first year, and build some facilities, raceways, etc., like we do for Chinook and coho. So the second thing is we need to reduce some of the predation in Lake Washington. And I fished the lake a lot. Last summer, as an example, from the middle of July, I kept records. From the middle of July until the end of September, I personally took over 500 warm water species fish out of the lake. That's bass, largemouth, smallmouth, rock bass, crappie, perch, a lot of perch, mostly perch, etc. Bluegill, a few of those, and there's literally millions of fish in there, and they're big. You're going to want to catch them. So, the first thing you could do to help this sockeye thing is go out there and fish Lake Washington. catch some of these fish. They're wonderful eating. They cold water type thing keeps them nice, firm flesh, and just really tasty. The next problem that the sockeye have is when they start coming back, they come up to the locks from the other side, from the saltwater side, and it takes them a while to to smell the water coming in from Lake Washington that comes down the fish ladder. And so they're kind of circling around. They're kind of lost and confused at that point. And in that process, seals and sea lions have discovered that, and they just move in and they just take advantage of these fish that don't know where the ladder is and how quick to get up there, and they just they're decimating the return. A few years ago, they literally wiped out the the return of the rainbow trout that were coming back to the Cedar River, the steelhead basically, and they're doing the same to to all three species of salmon right now. So the first thing that we can all do is the people that are in charge of that are NOAA, the National Oceanographic federal people. Call them, just call them, write them, email them, just say, hey, I fish, I vote, I like salmon, do something. That's all you got to say. And, so anyway, we need help there. Basically, they've tried to shoot off firecrackers, they've tried to beat on drums, they've actually captured some of the animals, taken them down to California, and 3 days later they appear again. They've tagged them, and they know it's the same animals. What needs to be done is eliminate them. Just basically harvest the animals and that are within a mile of the hatchery, so that our salmon can survive. If you do that, the killer whale that are starting to starve are going to survive. The polar bears, it's going to help them out. Eagles, there's a lot of stuff that eat the salmon. You're helping all of them if you kind of campaign to help reduce the numbers of seals and sea lions at the locks. The next thing that happens is when they go through the locks and they're trying to come back, they hit warm, as this global warming thing happens, they hit warm water. The water between Lake Washington and the locks gets too warm during the summer. It's shallow and it gets up to 75, 80 degrees. It's lethal to salmon. And so the people that need to cool that down are the Army Corps of Engineers. They're kind of in charge of it, but they need to be funded. So the funding part, that's going to come from politicians. Your mayor of Seattle, your governor of the state of Washington, your congressmen, your senators, all of these people. Contact them by email. Say, hey, I fish, I vote, and I like sockeye and other salmon. Do something. Just basically say that kind of stuff. So, and there's a few other problems. I mean, they have diseases like pre-spawn mortality that they have to do some research on, but the returns are doing just terrible. They need some help. I've outlined a couple of the major things. I've got attached to this my video companion articles. I've written a number of articles on the sockeye issues and salmon issues in general in the Lake Washington. Read them, and if you enjoy that kind of thing, again, to help us out with the politicians, great. If you want to do it hands-on stuff like I do also, we need volunteers at the hatchery as docents. We need people to help harvest some of the fish coming back. And I can even use some people helping with my remote salmon incubator. I've been doing it for well over 20 years. I could use some help. I'm getting tired. But anyway, enjoy your salmon. I hope, if you want your kids and grandkids to enjoy them too, you got to help us out on this. So any help that you can do, much appreciated. Again, read my articles and take a stand. If you want to do something, help us out. And, I hope that all of us are enjoying salmon for years to come. If you happen to see me out there at the hatchery or something, don't forget to wave.